hard content since I don't have any experience.
I would prefer if you stayed silent. I wonder what they cut this with.
Like, he could put his gamma code shirt on and you could show it off. You'd probably really enjoy it. You think he might really enjoy it?
I want to put pants on first, kid.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put shorts on. Anyway, I'm getting a bit cold.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I
turn it off because it's really hot. We're really.
Hey, Matt. It's the first thing that anyone watching this review is going to hear me telling Jake to put pants on.
It's not like it doesn't happen every day.
How's it going, Stefan? How's it going? That Will? Yeah, that's Will. Name was fading out, so that's alright. I love it. I love that. Niels would hate these bars from Creative Man. Thanks, Will. Yeah, we're about to talk about that in a minute. I'm just going to wait for a few more people to show up, and then we'll get into how the show went. You can already tell that I lost my voice. It was a really good setup. Like, there was a lot of people. We the venue was incredible. We smashed the numbers, which is great. There's definitely going to be a Perth Knife Show next year. It's actually the second largest show in Australia now, officially. After they counted the second day, we are the second largest show in Australia, next to Sydney. So guaranteed shows. Hey Donald, how you going? Hello, dog. I have the entire family here. Hey Tim. I'll get Shadow on the stream. There we go, with Shadow. Everyone likes the dog on the stream. Especially Alex. We're just waiting for Alex to show up. Someone should message Alex and tell him that I'm live, because he never remembers when I'm live. And apparently he doesn't get YouTube notifications.
Don't tell him Sam's live, tell him Shadow's live.
Yeah, tell him Shadow's live. Shadow over here. Look. Look at the camera. No, you don't look at the camera. Okay. Hello. Nah, too much attention. What? Hey. Thanks, Will. You can hear her beating a tattoo on the bin bag at the back. Okay, down. Good girl.
No, there's a tripod there.
Dickhead.
Down. Sit. Good girl. Let's get you a treat for sitting.
Ridiculous. How are we all? Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Just gonna wait for a few more people, and then we'll start talking about it, rather than repeating myself a few times. Ding, there goes dinner. Yeah, it went really well. It was successful, we can say that. Hey Lucas, how we going? Yeah, we'll go into the event in a second and go into what I brought back. Have to minimize the zoom window. Okay, no worries, fine. Yeah, we'll go into how it all went in a second. Yeah. I didn't manage to get any ivory, Matt. There was only one person selling ivory at the show, and that was Bruce. And the set he had was worth the entire budget that I'd set for myself for the show. So I wasn't willing to dump my entire budget on a set of mammoth ivory scales. Although it would have been cool. I'm not sure I want to shit myself that much. You know, I'm having a hard enough time using stabilized timbers. Oh yeah. Yeah, it was so it was $260 US. He was willing to sell it to me for 260, like the set for $260 Australian, but that was a little steep for me. Um, there was a bunch of stuff I needed, and I got given a bunch of stuff for free as well, so which is what we're going to go into in the stream. I suppose there's enough people here now. I have 8 people watching and only 2 likes. Make sure to hit that like button, guys. I have considered ivory imitation on micarta. The only problem with that is it's porous on the surface, and that tends to pick up dirt really easily, and so therefore you get dirty looking white micarta. The main bonus of actual ivory, and one of the big things is I like colored ivory, like that's got the natural color from aging in the dirt. Hey Benjamin, morning to Arizona, to Wolves, evening from Australia. It's 6:40 p.m. over here. But yeah, so I like colored mammoth ivory, and so therefore it doesn't have the issue of getting dirtied up. But white micarta or ivory micarta gets dirty really easily, and it's just a pain in the butt to use. So, hey Buck, how we going? So now we've got the stream full. Hey Paul, how you going? We had a fantastic Perth Knife Show. We smashed the numbers, according to Andrew Smith, who's one of the organisers. Paul was instrumental in hosting the door, making sure that everyone came through, got counted. Yeah, bought raffle tickets. I didn't win though, so
What are you sorry, Paul?
That's it. We are no longer friends, Paul. Just kidding. I still need to make you to make me that buckler, and then after that, Well, yeah, that's true. He didn't win either, so Next year I'll win. Next year I'll win Bruce's knife if Bruce puts another knife forward. Apparently he's not making kitchen knives anymore. Sad. But anyway, so we had a fantastic show. All right, see you, Lucas. We had a fantastic show. I took 20 pieces to the show, and I came back with 9. So 6. Sorry, came back with 6. So I sold 14 pieces. I sold all of the hammers that I took with me. I sold all but one of the hex hawks. Hey, Danny. Sold all but one of the hex hawks. I sold the desk knife. I sold the whittling knife that I finished like a week ago. I've sold the bronze hilted, like the bronze guarded hunter that I had last show. And I also sold the full tang hunter that had the Jarrah scales, with the spotted Jarrah scales with the white G10 liners. Sold that one. That was one of my favorites. I really wanted to keep that one. I think it was it. Yeah, I think that was it. The buoy got a lot of attention. A lot of people that, like, if I'd charged $1 for everyone, that either that either said that's big or friggin' quoted Crocodile Dundee, I would not have had to have sold a single thing. That entire show, literally everyone that came past had to pick it up, and that's not a knife. So yeah, that was a little irritating after the 50th time hearing it.
After the first 10 minutes.
I think the only person to pick it up and not comment on its size first off was Buck. Thank you, Buck. He picked it up and he's like, "Wow, frame tang." I'm like, "Yes, frame tang. That's the fucking thing." Not a single person. But yeah, so that was good. I did put it forward for judging, but as I expected, there were too many flaws in it to warrant winning awards. I knew that was going to happen. I discussed with D. Hedges all of the issues that it had, all of the issues that I knew it had. And she's like, "Yeah, I think you just ran out of time." And I'm like, yes, I just ran out of time. So next time we'll do better. But so yeah, this year the plan was only just to get it on the table. I wanted to get it on the judging table, and that was what I did. I managed to get it on the judging table. So we're happy with that. I'm ecstatic with that. Next year I'm going to be putting forward some stuff that I actually want to win prizes with, and I'm hoping that I can meet those standards. This year I'll be changing things up a lot. This year is going to be a huge year. Christy and I have been talking about it, so it's going to be a massive year for me and for us. Yes, so those of you who are Sydneyites or live anywhere near Sydney, I would suggest coming to Sydney Knife Show if you ever want to shake my hand, because this year I will be there. I plan on having a half table at Sydney Knife Show in August. It's like August 6 to 8, I think. No, 1 and 2. August 1 and 2.
Happy birthday to me.
Yes, it'll be Christy's
Bring
birthday. Yeah, it'll be Christy's birthday. So bring cake. But yeah, if you wanna meet me, if you wanna shake my hand, if you wanna just put a face to the names that I see on the screen all the time, it was great to see so many people come out to Perth for the for the show. It was great to meet a lot of you guys. So I'm really happy to have met so many of you. Big thanks to Vinny and his mates. They're legends as always. But yeah, Ben, I actually slept for 14 hours. I got home at 6 p.m. and I crashed. I'm so buggered. My voice is gone. I'm fucked. This last month and then the weekend. The weekend was massive. It was huge. It was fun, but it was basically, I'm starting now, Matt. I'll be starting like tomorrow, even though it's going to be a 41-degree day. I'll be starting tomorrow on stock for Sydney. I won't be taking as much as I took to Perth, obviously, because I got to pack it all in bags. But tell Alex he should get his ass here. So yeah, I will be bringing like a couple of Hex Hawks to Sydney and a bunch of blades. I hope to put a couple of blades up for judging at Sydney. I'm also going to Blade Symposium. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to afford the Kyle Royer masterclass.
Which had already sold out. Anyway.
Yeah, it's already sold out, but it was like $2,400, and I don't have that much money. But I did manage to get to Symposium, so I will be going in March, so it's in a month. I'll be going to Blade Symposium, and I'll probably be I'll be shooting some photos and sending them out on my Instagram while I'm there. I don't know if I'll be able to film or anything like that while I'm there, because that's going to be huge. But at least I'll get to meet Kyle, which is great. I'm really looking forward to actually finally meeting Kyle in the flesh. Such a huge inspiration of mine, so yeah. That's going to be great. And yeah, so Blade Symposium, is that the one for the bow he did? The masterclass, he's teaching how to make mosaic Damascus. Yeah, you get to make a billet of mosaic Damascus with Kyle. Yeah, I'll be in Canberra around Tarwa Valley. Well, I'll be at Tarwa Valley Forge for the Blade Symposium. There are still like 40 tickets available. So if you're interested in coming to Blade Symposium and you're in the area, I highly suggest it. There are a lot of really talented makers there that are going to be doing like how-tos and stuff like that. Lots of there's a photography class for like knife photography. There's also going to be like welding demos, like forge welding, forging. There's going to be competitions. It's going to be great. So it's a 3-day event. It's fantastic. I'm really looking forward to it. I've been invited a few times, but this is going to be the first time I've made it out, and I'm really looking forward to it already. Excellent, Ronnie. Thanks for coming. Yeah, thanks for coming out, man. Well, I'll be making more of those desk knives, so keep an eye out. Yeah. Well, the blade symposiums are always great, so yeah, I'll be there. Probably from the 5th to the 9th. I've actually had it on good word that from Riley Burns from Creative Man that I'll have to fly to Sydney first and get a lift from Sydney. Apparently it's cheaper.
From Sydney?
Because otherwise you have to bounce from another place to get to Canberra.
Okay.
So we'll price flights to Sydney, see if it's cheaper. If it's not, we'll just fly straight to Canberra. But yeah. Yeah, Paul says yes. That's how it goes.
Cool.
Fly
Thanks.
to Sydney. Jamie and Toby will be driving up from Sydney, so I might be able to get a lift with one of those guys. It's a big drive, yeah. Well, and I don't imagine it's not. We'll see what happens. But yeah, otherwise, yeah, Sydney Knife Show this year is going to be huge. I'm looking forward to it already. I loved Sydney Knife Show 2 years ago, and yeah, it's great to be able to go back, but this time actually have a table. I'm a little nervous, but at this point, I don't have enough adrenaline to be anxious.
Plenty of exhaustion.
Yeah, we are both completely exhausted. My wife was amazing and did all of the organising and kept me in line and stuff like that while we were at the show, which was fantastic. It was great to have her with me.
We coined a phrase.
We did coin a phrase. The state of being that is knife show, which is a near constant state of exhaustion intermingled with excitement and anxiety. So I was knife show for the entire weekend.
Now we're just exhausted.
Now we're just exhausted. Yeah, now we're just bugged.
So hashtag we are knife show.
Yeah, but I'll be doing a bunch of like smaller knives and stuff to take to Sydney, mostly because I need to save on space in the bag. But yeah, so it was a great show. We sold a lot. A lot of people sold a lot, which was great. It was good to see a lot of makers selling a lot. I'd like to shout out a couple of my fellow makers. If you didn't watch the live stream from the show, I highly suggest you do, because I do look at a whole bunch of different makers. But a couple of West Australian boys, Bruce Schubert, who won Best New Maker last year. He actually used to do a lot of stainless knives. He's now doing a lot of forging, a lot of Damascus, and he won Best Art Knife this year for a little wakizashi that he made. It looked incredible. He did a really good job. He's completely hooked on forging now, so it's great to see. Made a cute little feather pattern hunter with a Damascus pommel cap, which looked fucking incredible. I want to make one. And then Adam from Barking Gecko Forge, he made some absolutely insane Damascus. He won Best Damascus at the show. He did.
Your sister wants to shout out Jake Rhodes.
Jake Rhodes, of course.
Knives are just
Jared Russell obviously got very entranced by Jake Rhodes's Ramstein chef knife. His etched knives are awesome.
Your sister certainly thinks so.
Yeah, everyone thought they were awesome. Anyway, but so Adam from Barking Gecko, he's just a genuinely good dude, and he's just stepped up his game so far that it scares me now, because I was like, yes, another maker about the same level as me. Nah, he's way above my level now. He did a couple classes with Bruce, and now he's just shitting all over me. So I'm hoping that after going to Symposium, I might actually have learned something that I might be able to up my game myself. And obviously Bruce Barnett, he sold out pretty much everything. It was great to meet Thomas Gurner as well, who's the second Mastersmith in Australia. Lives down in Walpole. He doesn't like to tell people that he's a Mastersmith, but he is a Mastersmith and he's pretty good.
So humble.
We'll get to that in a second, Stefan. Those guys are all amazing. They're just so many cool people. I would really like to shout out Riley Burns and Bjorn from Creative Man. Their customer service is awesome. It was great to hang out with them and chat. We've been doing a little bit of back and forth and stuff like that, and I actually bought some stuff from them, which I'm going to show you in a minute.
Your sister says thank you now for the Mentos.
Yeah, Bjorn had a bowl of Mentos at his stand, and my sister rated it for like 100 pieces. He also gave me some lubricant and candy, so that could be interesting. But we'll get to that in a second. So we'll start off. I'd like to say thank you to the people who donated stuff to me. I can't remember his name, but someone gave me a block of wood, which I'll show you in a second. But first off, Gordon. Oh God. So Gordon, I can't remember his last name, but he's from Kalgoorlie's blacksmith's group out there. They've been doing some awesome stuff. He's actually the guy who bought my bearing hammer, and he decided that the bearing I used wasn't big enough. So let's get it out. Ugh. So he decided to give me Gordon Priestley. There you go. Gordon decided to give me a bigger roller bearing to play with. Ugh. So
Probably a couple of sledges.
I've got to play around with that. That's 7.5 kilos of 52-100, or what we think maybe 52-100. We have to do some testing. But 7.5 kilos of metal right there. And he also gave me this. He didn't give me anything light. He didn't give me anything light. He gave me this piece of anchor chain.
He backpacked that in.
Yes, he carried all this in a backpack. Weirdo. Now we're not sure if it's wrought iron at this stage. I can't tell from the outside. I'll have to heat it up and smack it. But yeah, I'm glad I have a press. But yeah, so I'll be playing around with this in the near future. I did have a piece of anchor chain before, but unfortunately it turned out to be cast iron, so I'm hoping this one is wrought iron. I can see a little bit of granulation. Here's hoping. Got ferric. Yeah, I got ferric. I bought some ferric. I think it's in my bag, actually. Yeah. So, on top of the steel that steel and iron that Gordon bought me, I also got a visit from the wood fairy. Oh no, let's go through the steel first. So I bought some, well, I didn't buy any. Christy bought a bar of 20mm by 30mm 1084 from Creative Man.
And so did Nathan.
And then Nathan decided that he wanted to buy me a 20 by 30mm block of 1084. So I have a couple of blocks of 1084 that are 20mm by 30mm, which is like 3/4 of an inch. By about an inch and a quarter. Yeah. So 3/4 by an inch and a quarter. Yeah, it's bloody huge.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. So there's a full meter of 1084 there, 20 by 30. Integral's coming. I also bought. Oh, actually, no. Nathan bought. Nathan bought me a bar of 1084, which is what is this? 6 by 50, so it's 1/4 by 2 inch. 1/4 by 2 inch by a meter. 1084, which will go really well with. Put it in a place it's not going to fall over. With this bar of 1/4 by inch and a quarter, or inch and a half, 15 and 20. So I have some real 15 and 20 for once. Yep. So 15 and 20 and 1084, you can guess what that might be for. Maybe you can't. Anyone who watches this channel should bloody be able to name that. But yes, so we've got some 1084 and 15 and 20 in bar stock that is about the same size, so look forward to that. Lots of little desk knives out of it. That's it. That's all I'm going to make. So I also got. I was scolded heartily by my new sensei, D Hedges, for the quality of my file guide. She basically calls it something that looks like a file guide. I believe she said remotely resembles. Remotely resembles a file guide. So, given that Dee hated the file guide that I had, I bought myself a new one, and I went all out and I bought the Creative Man. I think it's the V5, and it's tungsten carbide faced, screwed in, so that a lot of them are glued on, and the glue will give out if you're grinding using these. Thanks, Alex. But these are tungsten carbide faced, so I can grind with this, and it's and it is awesome. They're very, very rigid, which is one of the things that mine is not. It's got a lot of play in it, so that's why Dee hated them. And Dee Hedges said she wanted one of these, so if that says anything, that says these are worth buying. And they're actually not that expensive for a for a tungsten carbide faced file guide. So check out Creative Man if you want a new tungsten carbide. There's the makes mark for Creative Man. Anyway, so yeah, I got that, and they also very generously gave me the bench vise attachment for free because they developed a new They developed a new method of how the fuck? Okay.
Childproofing. Apparently they developed a new method of childproofing.
Soundproofing. I am a child.
That's why I just said childproofing.
Yeah. They also developed this new little cool funky attachment. It looks just like a block of steel. It is just a block of steel technically, but it fits to your file guide so that you can affix it to your vise. It needs the Allen key, because of course it does.
Yeah, man.
It's IKEA, yeah. It's Björn's finish.
Where's one?
Oh no, I used a knife. I got a knife. But yeah, so it goes on like that, and you can actually clamp the file guide itself in the vise rather than clamping the blade in the vise. So, yeah, very useful, very handy. I'm looking forward to. Yes, I will do a video on how to use file guides properly now that I have a proper file guide. Don't lose any of that. Because I'm bound to. Okay. We're getting to it. We're getting through it. I got a lot of stuff. Okay, so yes, we're showing off everything I got from the show. So I got some leather from Nathan Davies, who you guys will all be familiar with the name because he is in literally every one of my videos in the Patreon list. He's my second top Patreon. So he has been since I started my Patreon. He's a good friend of mine. And he decided that it'd be a good idea to drop in and drop me some stuff. This is like this, and the steel is just the start of it. Nathan annoys the shit out of me because he just doesn't stop me giving me stuff. Yeah, I know, it's a good way to be annoyed, but some days. So Björn was also nice enough. Did we buy this?
No, Riley gave it to us.
Oh, Riley gave it to us. Okay, Riley's a friggin' legend. Because
He said we needed to try it.
yeah. So we've got Uncle Björn's finish for the finishing. And also got some rhino wet in there.
Like I said, lubricant and candy.
Yeah, and you got Mentos in there. Yeah, lubricant. Yeah, it's got lubricating oil, candy, and sandpaper. I don't know what that's about.
I'm really just scared to find out.
And then there's the hard-wearing resin mix. Oh god. Oh, don't forget that legend that gave me a shed fan. Yeah, that's true. I should not forget the guy who gave me the awesome shed fan. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, Paul dropped off that shed fan for me. Thank God. I finally have a fan for my shed that's decent sized. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying that out because it's basically a resin-based finish. Apparently.
It has instructions.
Yeah, it's got destructions and everything. I had a really good time. That's what it is.
That's what I said.
So, yeah. And then I got a whole bunch of unstabilized timbers from Nathan. And like one piece that we bought.
Yeah, we bought the
Snap and rattle.
Snap and rattle.
Yeah.
But Nathan bought you a couple of pieces of it too.
So Nathan bought me some rib-fruited mallee, which has some cool figuring. It's hard to see.
With the light, so you get some light on it.
Yeah. This light's a bit harsh for. You have a stabilizing tank, Paul? Cool. Yeah. So some rib-fruit mallee. Some snap and rattle. This snap and rattle's freaking awesome. It's hard to catch the way it shades, but yeah, it's just crazy. And some Vasticola, which again has some crazy cool stuff in it.
If you bring it back like 3 inches, yeah, then.
Yeah. So that's some Vasticola What else have we got? What else we got? Yeah. It's more rib fruit Mallee. Burl. And some lace she oak, which everyone who follows me knows that I love my she oak. So, she oak is good. And some red morel burl.
So that one's great.
Yeah, the red morel is freaking awesome. I can't wait until I can get some finish on these and have a look at how they look. But this has got some ridiculous figuring in it, so I'm really looking forward to using that. And some more Vasticola with some more wicked grain on it. Look at that. That's crazy. All the way around. And last, but certainly not least, we have this giant chunk of curly mulga, which almost looks like you with that nice soft white backing. I'd be really interested to make a bow out of mulga. That'd be really interesting to see if the sapwood can hold up.
It's a bit quite hard.
Yeah, well, it's bloody dense. Like, see you later, Buck. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm really interested to see how this goes. It's not super highly figured, but with that contrast and stuff, I reckon that looks really cool. So that was all the unstabilized stuff.
No, there's another piece of stuff.
Oh yeah, there's that piece of snap and rattle. I got a piece of snap and rattle that looks like a flame. That looks awesome. That's just the first bag of wood. All of that was donated by Nathan. Yeah, there's the snap and rattle I got. So I bought some snap and rattle, and you can see it looks like a flame. Looks like a flame there. It's really cool. I like that one. That one goes with the unstabilized timbers. And then, courtesy of Sinclair's stabilized timber. Oh, courtesy of Nathan.
And creative, I think it's got a block or two.
Oh yeah, one creative man block. Yeah. So we also got some of Alex's favorite wood, Purple Heart. Nathan bought me a block of Purple Heart because I didn't have any left. So.
That was creative, man.
Yep, that was Creative Man. Creative Man do sell wood. Unstabilized.
They've got some incredible stabilized dyed burl.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go through the ones I bought. Yeah, so I bought this Black Streak Silky Oak. So it's been stabilized with a black resin. So I'm not sure how well it's going to pick up in the light, but it's got some awesome chatoyance in it. And the contrast with the black and the oak is just a crazy, crazy contrast. It's even better on the sides. Check that out. That's just nuts. Mark's been trying out some new stuff. I bought that before the doors opened because I knew it was going to disappear fast. So that was the only piece of wood I bought. Like, you've seen all this wood. Huh?
Where are my scraps?
Well, okay, I didn't buy this. Yeah, I bought this, but I bought it for Christy. We went to Creative Man, and we decided on the wood, or she decided on the wood that she wanted, which was black palm. Stabilized black palm. So those are going to be the handle scales for her kitchen knife. So you can look forward to seeing photos of that on my Instagram when she finally gets around to working on it. But yeah, so Creative Man do sell stabilized timbers. Cheers, Ben. Thanks, mate. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And then, I can't remember his name. One of my subscribers, my wonderful subscribers, ran up to my table out of the middle of nowhere and just kind of went, hey, by the way, slapped this on the table. Thank you very much for answering my questions, and then ran off. He came back, but I forgot to get his name. I think it's Nick. He sent me a message after the show. I feel so bad now. I'm so fucking tired. But anyway, he gave me a piece of this spalted sassafras. So this is spalted sassafras burl, and it is absolutely stunning. It is Nick. It was Nick. Nick's in
Nick's
the chat.
on there?
Yeah.
Hi,
Thank you, Nick.
Sorry, man.
This
Way
stuff,
tired.
this stuff is freaking incredible, dude. I love it. I can't wait to use it on something. But yes, Nick is a legend. He just randomly ran up to the table and went, "Hey, have this."
We were so confused.
No, I was very confused. normally it's Nathan just throwing shit at me, and yeah, so that was cool.
It kind of appeared out of nowhere.
That was very cool. Thank you so much, dude. And he says hello, Mrs. Sam. And then Nathan got me 2 more blocks of stabilized timber. He got me some stabilized red morel burl. Hey, Vinny, another legend in the chat. Some stabilized red morel burl. This red morel is freaking crazy good. I love it. Can't wait to use it. And he got me some beefwood, which looks a lot like Banksia. Now, this one I have to get close for because the grain is really tight, but I'm not sure if you can see it. It kind of looks like Banksia in the same like grain pattern as is on my wedding buoy, but it's a little finer and
Is
it's
it shiny in that one too?
yeah, a little bit of shiny. But yeah, so this is beefwood, and it's actually an incredibly rare wood, which actually makes it more expensive. Because Nathan can't buy cheap things when he gives me stuff. Apparently, he has to buy the he bought the expensive blocks.
I know.
You fucking weirdo. Anyway. So
I love Nathan.
we really love Nathan. It's just that some days he worries me. So yeah, that was everything that I got, and there's a shout out to my boy, Mark Sinclair. If you want stabilized timbers, go to Mark Sinclair. I can't overstate that. He does some freaking insanely good stuff. His stabilization process is like 3 months long. It's very in-depth. He knows his shit, and he really does a good job. He gets 100% penetration.
I think you're up, kiddo.
The last thing we got was a gift from Gamico. I'm going to get you to just stand over there.
Don't.
Just stand over there.
Turn
Give me your
around.
head.
No.
Yeah. You're not on camera.
Get the last one.
We got the Gamico shirt, artisan knife maker,
Turn around.
and then turn around, stock removal knife maker, master of the rotary forge, and the shop master 48, or the shopmate 48. There we go. Now I can stop blinding Mrs. Towns. Kiddo's very happy with this shirt.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen. But yeah, so that is the collective result of my show. My mum also dropped off a whole bunch of shorts, which is always good. Clothing is always good because it's bloody hard to find for a guy my size. You will have noticed on the stream that we had STB shirts. We don't sell them at the moment. We're thinking of it, but we actually bought the shirts, and then a friend of ours actually got a vinyl cutter and cut out some vinyl iron-on stickers, basically, for the shirts, and they're permanently attached, and they look great. And Christie's is glittery, and even if it wasn't for the fact that she's a giant wuss, I would get her to showcase it for you. But yeah, she had a glittery anvil on her back and the STB logo, which was great. You can get an STB shirt at Redbubble, my Redbubble store, which is linked in the IL link down below. But yeah, the STB shirts are the same. It's just that ours were custom sizes because we are both custom people. That's the way I like to say it, anyway. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone who came out to say hi. You need an STB badge on your knife. Yeah, sorry, man. That was one of the unmarked ones before I had my maker's mark. It's all right because your mate's one isn't marked either. You both bought the unmarked ones. Yeah, well, I need a smaller mark, unfortunately, because the one I've got's for hammers. It's not very good for knives. I used it on the big buoy because there was the giant buoy. It was big enough that it could take the mark. But yeah, I need a smaller Maker's Mark. I'm thinking of getting the STB logo in a Maker's Mark, but expensive. And in answer to Ed's question, this year, well, for the next year, again, I'll just rehash a little bit. I'm going to Blade Symposium in Canberra in March. So from March 6th to 8th, I'll be in Tawa Valley Forge learning some awesome shit from some awesome people. And then in August 1 and 2, Christy and I will both be at Sydney Knife Show, and I will have a table, hopefully. I've just got a message from Ando, actually. So we've got 30 makers tables left, so we can book one soon, and then yeah, we'll be at Sydney Knife Show, guaranteed. We'll make it happen.
It's my birthday present. Wake up.
We're going for like a week, and the last couple of days will be the knife show.
I'm going to knife show for my birthday.
Yeah, that's it. So anyway, we're gonna do that. So the Perth show table costs $300. The Sydney Knife Show, I was going to get a full table, but then I can't really take enough stock over there on the plane to fill a full table, so I'm going to get a half table, which is going to be $280. Sydney Knife Show is the biggest knife show in Australia, so it's not surprising that it's a little bit more expensive than Perth. We are the second biggest knife show in Australia, though, now, so, you know, maybe we will see an increase in table prices. We can always hope that that's not the case. So yeah, it's going to be an incredible year, and I'm hoping that means that we will be on track for Blade Show in Atlanta next year, in 2021. I will be going for my Bladesmith testing, or at least that is the aim, that is the goal. We've redirected, we're kind of on the new level. This
$200 a fortnight in savings.
Yeah, we need $200 a fortnight in savings, and if we don't get there, then I'm going to be making a GoFundMe, and you guys can help get me there. AKS membership in Sydney? Ooh, maybe. That might work. Sydney Knife Show is an inside show and an outside show. Sydney Knife Show, they do power hammer displays and like forging displays and stuff like that on the outside, and then they have like a bajillion tables inside. It's at the Rosehill Gardens racecourse, and the venue is just incredibly beautiful. And just go. If you're anywhere near Sydney, and if you're in driving range of Sydney, go, because it's so worth it. There are some amazing makers out there. Sean McIntyre, who's the second master smith in Australia, he will have a table this year as well. So gun shows, not so much. I mean, Perth gun show, like, there are knives there, but they tend to be more on the production market kind of stuff. It's the tables there are ridiculously expensive, and you can't rely on sales at those. I'm gonna stick to knife shows at this stage, especially because most of my gear is going to be geared towards the knife crowd. But it may be something I consider in the future, if we get to that stage. At the moment, we've got the 3 events, so Perth Knife Show, Blade Symposium, and then Sydney Knife Show, and then it'll be Perth Knife Show again, and then it'll be Blade Show in Atlanta. So I don't think I'm going to go anywhere else next year, because Blade Show is going to cost a fortune. And while Blade Symposium is an incredibly valuable experience, it's not going to be a selling experience. Like, I'm not going to sell anything there.
It's a learning.
So it's going to be like, there's lots of what are they called, seminars? Yeah, there's a lot of seminars. There's going to be like a knife photography seminar, and some forge welding seminars, and
That's what else we do.
like power hammering seminars. Oh, I got a professional photo taken of one of my X-Hawks as well. Yeah, so my plan for Atlanta, I don't think I'll get a table there, because getting a table there is ridiculously expensive and also incredibly difficult, because Blade Show is the biggest knife show in the world. Like, everyone who's a knife maker goes to Blade Show at least once. But I will be going there to have my 5 ABS judge knives being put in for judging. I'm hoping to do my practical test. Well, that's an idea. Shit.
Do that with Sydney.
Oh, fuck. I don't want to. Don't make me. Because Sean's going to be at Sydney Night Show, so Sean can do my practical test. Oh, God. This is going to be terrifying.
When's Atlanta?
Atlanta is, like, you've got 5 years after you do your practical test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
Maybe I should, yeah, because it's going to be the only time that me and Sean are in the same room.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I'll message Sean and see what he's up to. But yeah, so that might be a thing. But yeah, Atlanta Blade Show next year is a plan. But yeah, I've got to prepare for Sydney Night Show at this point. I'll be going for quality over quantity. I'll be taking a few Hex Hawks and then a couple of like the higher up knives. So Nick, if you go onto my channel and look at the making the journeyman test knife out of the leaf spring video, that's the practical test that I've got to do with Sean to get my practical test certification. And then after that, I have to go to Atlanta Blade Show, take 5 knives of differing designs, 3 of which have to be over 6 inches in length. None of them can have Damascus on them. All of them have to have a guard or bolster. And yeah, they get judged by a panel of Mastersmith judges, and if they meet the requirements of that panel, then I become a journeyman. And then I have to do the same thing for master, but that'll be a couple of years later, a couple, 20, 40 years later.
No.
Not quite, but yeah. So yeah, the practical test, I've already done one test piece out of a piece of leaf spring, but I plan on doing a bunch more tests. I'm looking at doing Journeyman next year. That's what I'm talking about. Doing Atlanta Blade Show next year. Yeah. The joy I had. Everyone's talking about the friggin' jump for joy I did at the end of my Journeyman test thing. We'll see if it's the same.
He's going to bring you down ceilings.
I'm going to faint if I pass the knife test. Anyway, so yeah, that's the plan for this year. It's going to be a huge year. Lots of... I'll be the... So there's Thomas Goder, there's Bruce Barnett, there's D. Hedges, for like the number of people in Perth. Technically, neither Bruce nor Tom are in Perth, so neither of them are journeymen. Oh, neither of them are in Perth. Both of them are down in like Walpole and friggin' and Bridgetown. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, so D. So I'd be the second in Perth, in the CBD, metropolitan area. Sorry.
And fourth in WA?
I think yeah, 4th in WA. But that won't be full on, because I think Adam's going to take it.
Adam's doing it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be the fourth. I'll be the 4th in WA. Might have to save again. Yeah, yeah, maybe so. Adam wants to come to a Blade Show in Atlanta next year. We can carpool when we get there. So yeah, that's the plan for this year. It's going to be a massive year. I'm going to be friggin' exhausted most of the time. But you guys are going to see me pulling out all of the friggin' stops and making as much shit as I possibly can. My hammers are going to still be a thing. I'm going to be making a crap load of those. And Hex Hawks and stuff like that, I'm going to be pumping those out because those seem to be really popular. I'm so thankful for so many of you responding to, you know, my request for feedback on my hammers and stuff. Apparently everyone likes them, so if you want a hammer, if you want a Hex Hawk, please let me know. The last Hex Hawk from the show is actually sold. It's being put on hold for a very special person who will eventually get around to paying me. I trust him. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I've still got a couple of knives from the show that will be going up for sale on my Etsy page very soon. The big buoy, the fusion buoy, the Japanese fusion buoy with the heat blued steel, two blacksmith's knives, and the Puko, the Sanmai Puko, will be going back up on the store. I have a whole bunch of Hex Hawk billets cut out, so they'll probably be done in the next couple of weeks. I have to do a run of hammers. I can't remember his name, at Car Street Forge. He's got a hammer coming from me. I promised Seth Wood I'd make him a hammer, so I'm going to make him one. I have another hammer that's for a very special person that I'm going to be making for him for a very special reason. And then I'll be making a whole bunch of runs of dog's heads and stuff like that because I love dog's heads, and apparently everyone else does too, because all of my dog's heads sold out in the first like 3 hours of the show. Everyone was really disappointed on Sunday when they couldn't find me with my dog's heads. So
They only had one hammer.
yeah, I only had one hammer by midday on Sunday, so that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I probably won't have any hammers at Sydney because
Heavy.
they're bloody heavy, and getting them on the plane will be a pain. So yeah, I gotta make a diagonal pin hammer. Yeah, I'll be making a few of those. No, I'm not making another hammer for Alex yet. We'll see. Oh, you're planning on for JS in 2021 next year as well, Ed? Cool, man.
Mate, there's going to be like a whole group of you.
Well, yeah, well, we'll see what's happening because I'm not sure if Christy wants to come to America too, but that might be a little bit too expensive, sadly.
I'd love to.
It'd be nice for us both to go, but I don't think it's going to happen. At this stage, it's going to be ridiculous to get me there. But yeah, we'll see what happens. If that's the case, then I might actually just crash with you, dude. So that'd be cool. You still need one with the touch mark. Well, all my hammers get touch mark now, Stefan. So you can keep an eye out for when I put more up on my Etsy store. I will have more coming. I've got to make the press dies for the press. Well, there might be a GoFundMe just for me, Danny, if it goes the way we're going right now. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, sorry, Stefan. I might end up having to send you one for free just to make up for it. We'll see. Awesome, Mark. Let me know how it goes. I really want to know. I'm always happy to hear reviews, and obviously if there's anything that's wrong with it, I'm always willing to make it good. That's part of my warranty is that if it breaks or doesn't do the right thing as in normal use, then I'll fix it. But if you go around trying to bash concrete to pieces with it, then that's kind of your problem. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm going to jump off. My voice is gone, and me talking more is not going to help it. I really appreciate all your guys' support through the last month. It's been a bit of a rough month, as you guys know. There's more stuff coming out on the Forgecast. We've got some really big plans for this year. We've got another 2 sponsors for the show, so this year is looking like the year. 2020 is the year, so let's make it the year, guys. And
just touch the table, please. Thank you.
I'm touching wood. Mr. Mars Blades, yes, nice talking to you, man. Yeah, so yeah, hopefully it's going to be a great year. Touching all the wood I can. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the way we're going to go. We're going to head for it. We're going to aim for it. And with your guys' support, I'm sure we can make it happen. So yeah, anyway, I will have a video out on Wednesday, hopefully. I've got a whole bunch of videos planned. A whole bunch of me ranting at the camera as well. So if you're looking, if you enjoy that kind of stuff, there'll be plenty of that for you soon. But yeah, with that being said, guys, have a fantastic week. I will see you on Wednesday and then on Saturday with a live stream. Cheers, guys. Do I have a knife care video? Not yet.
I should probably do that.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Cheers, Nick. I took a day off today. I'm going to get back to work tomorrow. I'll see you later, guys.